Beloved, do not avenge yourselves, but rather you give place to wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, says the Lord. So, when you avenge yourself, you open the door to wrath that opens the door to a demonic stronghold that can overtake our life and make us stay in the place of wrath. You know how I know? Because Ephesians chapter 4 says the same thing. It says, be angry and do not sin. Wait a second. So that means that you could be angry, but not be in a sinful place. So you could get upset about something, as long as you don't allow it to get you to the place where it becomes a sin. Watch this. I could get upset that somebody did something to me. The moment I start imagining myself punching them in the face, now I sinned. Did you catch it? So you have to take your thoughts captive, even though you might get upset, you might get angry, but you take your thoughts captive before it develops into a sin. Did you catch it? And sometimes we're functioning in this and we don't even realize it until we have a dream where we're killing somebody. You see what I'm saying? This stuff can grab a hold of our life and manifest itself. And sometimes we don't even realize it until we have a dream, and then the Lord will allow us to see this dream to reveal what's there so we can get delivered. But let's keep going. Watch this. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath. See, there's many translations that say anger, but the King James and the New King James, it says, do not let the sun go down on your wrath. Wrath is different than anger. Because what does it do? It says, nor give place to the devil. So you got two correlating scriptures that are telling you that if you give yourself, if you try to avenge for yourself, if you try to retaliate for yourself, you're opening the door to wrath and you're giving place for the devil to operate and function in your life. Watch this. Wrath is actually deeper than anger. That's why I like to read all the different Bible translations, because you catch things that you're like, wait a second, I didn't see it like that before. And the Lord will begin to uncover and reveal. Wrath is deeper than anger, because wrath is defined as strong, vengeful anger, which means you could get angry, have a moment of anger, but once that vengeance of retaliation comes in, now you're functioning in wrath. Wrath is also retributory punishment for an offense or a crime, or divine chastisement. So if wrath is divine punishment, what's divine? Divine comes from up above. This is why God says vengeance belongs to me, because we don't have the right to punish others. We don't have the authority, right? We can have righteous anger against sin, but we're not authorized to inflict wrath on God's people. It's His creation. Watch this. We're going to read that again. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26 and 27. But we're going to read it in the Amplified version. And I'm going to give you something. Watch this. The Amplified version says, be angry at sin, at immorality, at injustice, at ungodly behavior, yet do not sin. Do not let your anger cause you shame, nor allow it to last until the sun goes down. So stretches, long periods of anger can turn into wrath. So when we get angry, we have to be able to catch ourselves and say, wait a second, no. I'm not going to allow myself to hold on to this anger for a long period of time. Now watch this. Then it says, and do not give the devil an opportunity to lead you into sin by holding a grudge or nurturing anger or harboring resentment or cultivating bitterness. So the devil can't force us into sin, he can only lead us. We have to follow the lead. So as soon as it happens, we have to cast it down. Why? Because it says that grudges need to be held. Who's doing the holding? We are. Anger, it says anger needs to be nurtured. So who's feeding that anger? We are. It says resentment needs to be harbored. Harboring is to make a place for something to be comfortable. And resentment is persistent ill will. So who's making that resentment comfortable? We are. We're harboring that thing. Because the devil can't make us. He can't make us do it. He can only lead us in the direction, and we got to follow it. It also says that bitterness needs to be cultivated. That means you have to work at that thing to be bitter. And you got to prepare the ground to plant, because that's what cultivating is. So you're literally preparing the soil for the seeds of bitterness to grow. So who's planting those seeds? Who's preparing the ground? We are. See, because the devil don't attack us in random areas. He looks for that place where he knows that, oh, they're weak right there. There's a weakness right there. I'm going to hone in on that. The devil knows you're struggling with lust. He's going to throw something your way in that area to try to destroy your whole life.